Choose the team you want to start your franchise with. Use the options on the left to edit leagues. Choose the team you want to start your franchise with. Use the options on the left. Madden Football brings you the divisional round of the NFL play.
Playoff fever in the air. It's the first of 4 this weekend. Off we go in the divisional round. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. So out comes the Kansas City offense to take over for the first time. They're led out by their rookie quarterback, a day 3 pick in the draft this past April.
You have to figure, Mike, this is a confident quarterback coming into this one. He played such a large role, not only helping them win the division, but then he followed it up last week with a big wild card victory. Now, 1 week away from a championship game in front of their home crowd, everything is falling into place. If they want to play next week, they're going to need another big game from their leader.
Here's a first carry for their running back. He'll take this for a couple, but the official signal, he has enough. First down. Now after the run, we get a stoppage for an injured player. Not something you want to see in the opening minute of the game. Line of scrimmage is the 37-yard line for 1st and 10. The pass rush gets home, and he goes down.
If you're going to take a sack, you just can't add to it by taking such a massive loss on top of it. Understand when the pocket breaks down, move up, cut your losses. Now, not only do you lose that down, but now you face a big uphill battle if you want to extend this drive.
They'll run on 2nd down. And he nearly got free. But as it is, gain of 6, and it sets up 3rd down. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
This offense has to find a way to be better on 1st and 2nd down, Mike. Living in these 3rd and long situations, must pass, is not a recipe that their offensive coordinator wants to operate in.
This will be returnable from his own 15. That could have broken for a bigger return, but as it is, nice job getting his offense a start out past the 30-yard line. The Steeler offense ready to take the field for the first time. And taking the snaps, the quarterback now in his third year in the league.
Winning in the wild card round, certainly an accomplishment that this team should be proud of. But Mike, if he wants to take his team to the championship round next week, he's going to have to lead by example and play a mistake-free game against a team known for capitalizing on their opponent's mistakes. Yes, you have to be aggressive. You have to be willing to take some risks. But those risks have to be calculated, because if you get reckless against this group, you're going to be flying home, and you're going to be getting ready for the offseason. Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play, and there wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest, and that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to dial up the perfect play against the perfect look. Sometimes players need to make plays, and that was a good one there.
They send Freiermuth, the tight end, in motion. And he will keep the drive moving. Gets the first down. Nice gain of 5. They'll throw out of the gun. He's into space past the 25. Now they are in business inside the 15-yard line.
Mike, you've heard me say it 1,000 times. The easiest down to throw the ball in the NFL is first down. I hate when teams wait till later in the possession to throw the ball. So early first down completion, you're on the plus side of the field. Now you're thinking strike. Touchdown, field goal, but either way, I'm coming away with points.
His throw left side is complete. So after the loss on first, here's 2nd and 14. He's got Freiermuth open on the left side.
This may look like a simple connection, Mike, just pitch and catch, but I can promise you the amount of time these two guys have spent together on the practice field, in the meeting rooms, just getting on the same page, seeing the game through the same set of eyes, it makes what's pretty difficult seem a lot easier. When you're willing to throw the ball short of the sticks on 3rd down, you know what that tells me, Mike? The decision to go for it on 4th down has already been made. If you're able to pick it up with yards after the catch, great. But if not, it's a 4th and short, and you give yourself a realistic shot of converting on this 4th down.
He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the Steelers are out to an early 3-0 lead.
It's always a little bit of a letdown, Mike. You find yourself deep in the red zone, and you have to settle for a short field goal like that. In this case, he's able to put it through, and they get 3.
And they'll be set up well as he is past the 35-yard line. The home team's offense ready now for their 2nd drive. They'll start out 1st down and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Little short pass here, caught by his tight end. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield.
Now, this is the epitome of a really short throw and a really nice run after catch. And listen, for a quarterback, it all counts the same. You don't always have to throw the ball downfield to generate explosive plays, and these drag routes can be very, very effective.
An enviable spot to operate from. Here's 2nd and inches. Now a give on the ground. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing more. Here's 3rd down and a few inches. Back to throw. He's got his man. Right side. It's complete. And he will have the first down. The drive will continue after a pickup of 8.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need. But really nice job there by the quarterback, getting into the hands of his receiver and then see what he can do after the catch.
And they're going to get this all the way down inside the 5.
Every staff in the league that understands if we have to play a rookie quarterback, regardless of their talent, regardless of how high they were drafted, the ideal situation is to fill that huddle with as many.
And he'll just get up inside those big bodies up front, and he's in. Touchdown, KC.
But you think back to their first possession of this game, Mike, it resulted in a punt. Not exactly the fast start the coaches told us was so important as this game unfolds. They get the ball back for possession 2. Now they try to find some rhythm, find their identity of the game plan, and they come away with 6. So that's how you bounce back in this league. It's not always going to be perfect. Really nice job settling into this game here with their second possession.
So now it's Butker following the touchdown to send this one away. The return starts from the 5. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. Steelers offense back onto the field as you take a look at the playoff race in the AFC. First and 10. They put Wilson in motion. Throwing now on first and 10. A throw left side taken in by Wilson. And he's not going to get too far, tackled after a gain of just a yard. Here's a second and 9. On play action, he'll set up to throw. And he got rid of that one quickly before the receiver even knew what was going on. That's incomplete. Third down and 9. Now they'll set up to throw. Gets it away quickly, and it's caught.
Even though they gave up that last completion, Mike, that's a really good drive there for this defense. I mean, from the beginning, on those early downs, keeping them from staying ahead of the chains, put them in a tough third down situation, and now it brings up fourth down, and looks like they're going to get off the field.
The Chiefs offense ready to take over once again. The lead sits at 4, so they'll try to add on to that. This drive begins with first and 10. Right away, they'll set up to throw. He's close to a first down. It's a gain of 9. Nice pitch and catch on first down. Second and a yard. Throwing it right into the hands of his running back. And they'll whistle him down, but not before he picks up a first down after a gain of 7. This to the right side, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
It's always a risky decision anytime a quarterback tries to force the ball, especially into those tightly contested areas. Not a lot of daylight, not a lot of room for error. In this case, it just falls simply as an incomplete. But as this game unfolds, better decisions are going to lead to better results. Man, what a big-time play here by the corner. It feels like he knew that play was coming before the ball was even snapped. You can see he sticks his foot in the ground and bursts. He ends that play before it even has a chance to get started.
They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
So defensively, there's always the initial pass coverage plan. And then when that breaks down and the quarterback goes into scramble mode, how fast can you then move on to the second phase and what they call plaster, meaning find the nearest receiver and almost play him man-to-man. And it's exactly what they did here, and there was nowhere for the ball to go, and he's forced to just throw it away.
The Steelers offense ready to get back at it. Trail by 4, touchdown gives them the lead. Drive begins with 1st and 10. Back to throw here to begin the drive. This one's going to be taken in over the middle. And he's going to get this to the 37-yard line.
These crossing concepts are frequently used, Mike, throughout the entire game, all across the league. And what it does is it creates a lot of natural rubs. You run out the backside of the defense and rely heavily on the yards after the catch, and it's exactly how they're able to pick up this big gain.
He'll drop to throw. Quick hitting slant there. And they get this one across midfield to the 47-yard line.
Well, the run after catch is certainly nice, and they're definitely going to take it. But watch the savviness of the route running. Certain guys just have a better feel for running these slant routes than others, and it's a nice result.
To the air now on 1st and 10. One quarter in the books in this AFC Divisional Playoff. 7-3 is our score. We'll be back in Kansas City after this. Here's 2nd and 2. Back to the air one more time. He's got it at about the 8. And he will score. Roman Wilson. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. A terrific play all the way around. Finished off by the receiver, who not only made the grab, but Greg turned it up and takes it into the end zone.
And that's the tricky part, Mike, that transition from receiver to runner. And in this case, he does it flawlessly. Look the ball in, secure the catch, and then get upfield and get yourself in the end zone.
Extra point by Patterson is good. And the Steelers are on top. It's now 10-7. The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. A safe kick taken at the 5. Now an opening past the 30. The Chiefs offense getting their final instruction before heading back onto the field. They'll see if they can put something together here, beginning with 1st and 10. Drive will start on the ground. And the D closes quickly. He stopped after a gain of a yard. There to make the stop, the All-Pro T.J. Watt.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
He'll look to throw. They'll try to hit him with a screen. And he's going to get this one out to the 43-yard line.
And this is what modern-day running back looks like in the NFL. They want to be able to activate these players in the passing game, no different than they do with the tight ends and the wide receivers. When you look out there and you have a mismatch, you have a linebacker or a safety on your running back, he's expected to win, and that's exactly what he did here.
2nd and 7.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 46-yard line.
From the gun, they'll try to run it. And they're going to work this down inside the 45.
Up until that run, this first half, it's kind of been tough sledding here for this run game. They'd love to see him get going. That last big pickup's going to go a long way.
On 1st and 10, they'll set up to throw. To the left side in the hands of Rice. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line.
Every quarterback's dream is, can I get the ball out of my hand as fast as possible and get it to a guy that can do the rest after the catch? And it seems like nowadays, throughout the entire league, the best offenses thrive in yards after the catch.
They'll run with the former 7th-round draft pick, Isaiah Pacheco. He'll be taken down after a gain of 2. They'll come up on a 2nd down and 8. Throwing now from the gun. He'll swing one out wide to Pacheco. And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5. Now a 3rd and 2.
Brings up 3rd and 2.
Trying to pick this one up on the ground. The speed on display. He's in. Touchdown, Kansas City. He is shining in this postseason spotlight. That's his 2nd touchdown of the game. What a standout performance early on in this one. That his 2nd rushing touchdown of the game.
And some backs, Mike, they just have a sense of finding the end zone and being able to finish off these runs. That's exactly what this guy has been able to do today, and we're just getting started.
So now it's Butker following the touchdown to send this one away. Jones now on the return. And a solid run back there. He'll get this out past the 30-yard line. The Steelers offense and their quarterback headed out for their next possession. They'll do so with 1st and 10. They put Wilson in motion. A shotgun snap. He'll look to throw. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a 1st down completion of 7 yards. Here's a 2nd and 3 forthcoming. Off play action. He'll set up to throw.
There's a fine line between trusting your arm and having a little bit too much faith in your arm, right? I think this is one of those situations here, Mike, where there was nowhere to go with the ball. He tries to fit that one in there anyway, and he's lucky that it just falls incomplete.
He was trying to get that to Najee Harris. And it's going to lead to a 4th down. Here's Matt Ariza now, as he's on to punt for the 2nd time. And no return forthcoming. It's a touchback and will come out to the 20-yard line. The Chiefs offense and their running back set to go once more. The drive begins at the 20. Here's 1st and 10. They'll turn and hand this one off. And some good running there. He'll fall forward for about 7.
This just shows why you can't count on just one guy to take him down. He's a powerful enough runner. You gotta have guys coming in support when that first hit is made. It takes a team effort.
That'll be intercepted. Now after the interception, we have an injured player to look at. So as they look at the injured player, we'll take a timeout. So they come to the line for 1st down and 10. They put Wilson in motion. They'll look to throw here on 1st down. And he's not going to get too far, tackled after a gain of just a yard. They'll look to throw. That's over the middle and taken in by Freiermuth. And they're going to move this ball inside the 25-yard line.
This is what every offense looks to do, Mike. They want to attack the middle of the field. That's the most valuable real estate in football. And oftentimes, that's where the chunk plays come. Give it to your receiver on the move and let them do the rest.
Here comes the blitz as he looks to throw. He'll go right back to Freiermuth. And he'll be taken down.
And if he's late with that throw, Mike, there's a really good chance a defender could have made a play on it. But he does a beautiful job. He puts the ball out in front of his shoulder, leads the receiver, and allows him to get upfield and pick up the 1st down.
And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be second down. They'll look to throw again. He's going to run, and he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. His second TD of the game, and this one gives his team the lead. The defense comes up with the coverage, but they cannot keep up with the speed as the quarterback scrambles to the end zone for the touchdown.
And down here in the red zone, Mike, is where I think a quarterback's legs can be the most dangerous. The defenders are trying to match backs, match tight ends and receivers, but often it's the quarterback that has no one assigned to him, and in this case, he's able to capitalize and run it in himself.
Here comes a return from the 5. And it'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The home team's offense and their running back getting set for this next possession. This one has been tight so far. A field goal separating the two sides as this drive kicks off with 1st and 10. Working the right side, taken in by Rice. And he's close to a first down. It's a gain of 9. Nice pitch and catch on first down. Now, faking the give. This caught right side by Worthy. And he's going to be brought down up past the 45. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. Off the play fake. He'll look to throw. He's going to let this one go for Worthy. And the Steelers are going to take over once again, this time at their own 8-yard line.
For these young rookie quarterbacks, every snap in the NFL is an opportunity to have a lesson learned, and sometimes the lessons come a little bit harder than others. In this case, they kind of fool them with their blitz package. It's a little bit more complex at the NFL level than it is necessarily in college, and I think he just got a first-hand taste of just how fast this pressure can get on you, and sometimes when it speeds up that clock, you can make a bad throw.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. To the tight end, Freiermuth. And he's going to be brought down up past the 20.
This is a tale as old as time, Mike. It seems that any time a team forces a takeaway, fumble, or interception, the ensuing drive starts with a shot, a deep play in the air to try to seize on some of that momentum. You saw a great example of it here.
2nd and 11. They'll give it to Harris again. And he'll be brought down after a short pickup to the 24. Nick Bolton, the linebacker, there for the stop. Here's 3rd and 7. Blitz coming. He'll throw it. He'll look middle, and he's got his man complete. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield. Throwing now on 1st and 10. Quick throw here is complete. And they'll take this down inside the 35.
That last completion's going to go a long way towards at least finishing this 2-minute drive, Mike, with some points. You're already in field goal range, so now the idea is continue to work the clock down, take a couple shots at the end zone. You want to get points, ideally a touchdown, but either way, you have the ball last before the end of the second quarter.
And they will take him down at the 20-yard line.
The drag route is certainly not the most complicated route on the route tree, but a really nice job there using the scheme to create separation. He did a really nice job there working across the middle of the field as he made himself open.
There's a short one caught by Freiermuth. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on first down. The Steelers going to use one of their timeouts as the clock stops. 50 seconds to play until halftime. They'll work now on 2nd and 4. They'll look to throw yet again. That's caught right side. It's Freiermuth. And this drive's going to continue. They bring him down, but not before he picks up first and goal for his team. Back to throw. That's hauled in at the 2. And he's going to be down close to the goal line. Good job defensively to make sure he did not get to the end zone. Back to the air one more time. And he's in. Pat Freiermuth. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Patterson now to add the extra point. He gets it to go, and the Steelers go up by 10. 24-14 is their lead. They didn't leave much time on the clock to put together a drive here at the end of the first half, and the kickoff's coming their way. This is fielded inside the 5. And he's brought down right at the 25-yard line. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is first down and 10. Right away, they'll set up to throw. His throw on first down is going to be incomplete. He was trying to get it to Xavier Worthy there. And it'll lead to a second down. They'll throw out of the gun. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
Here's the quarterback doing everything in his power to extend this play, and none of his guys could get open. You got to see someone separate, work with your quarterback, go into scramble second reaction mode, and it's also give some credit to the back end doing a nice job plastering with their assignment, and he had no choice but to throw it away.
Now the Chiefs going to call the first of their timeouts. To the air now on first and 10. Got a man over the middle. It's Worthy. Now KC going to use the second of their timeouts. From out of the gun, he'll throw. He gets that to Brown. And the tackle's going to be made down at the 40-yard line. Harrison Butker on now for the field goal. This a 57-yard attempt. Butker's kick is good. And the Chiefs are able to get it back within a score.
All right, Mike, thanks very much. One of these two teams is going to move on to the conference championship. We'll get it back to you two in just a moment. But first, let's take a look ahead to tomorrow's other divisional round games in the AFC. And it looks like a good one, as it'll be the Miami Dolphins squaring off against the Houston Texans. Meanwhile, in our game, we've got one half remaining to find out who goes on to the AFC title game. And to bring it your way, let's hand it back over to Mike Tirico. Both of these offenses had their share of high points in that first half. Each team had some big moments, and it would seem this could turn out to be a game where the last score
fighting
wins.
to get to that AFC Championship game next Sunday. Back to it here. The third quarter underway. A good return as he takes it across the 30. The Steelers offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. And he has been in control of this offense. Want to run you through some of the action from earlier on. We've got the 2 touchdown passes, over 200 passing yards. He has been excellent all game long. Here's first and 10. They'll start this on the ground, and it's Harris. And he'll push his way ahead for a gain of 2. Nick Bolton, the linebacker, there for the stop. Second down and 8. Another run here with Harris. And he'll move this ahead for about 4 yards. Chris Jones, the all-pro, there on the tackle. Here's a third down and 4. He'll drop to throw. Now a screen set up for Harris. Good-looking screen play there. A gain of 11 and a first down.
Well, a little unconventional play call here. You don't traditionally see the screen game used on third down at these shorter down and distances. But in this case, they catch the defense off guard, they timed it up well, and the back is able to convert and pick up the first down.
On 1st and 10, they'll set up to throw. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line.
Seemed like the receiver, Mike, ran through like 5 different open zones, but once he found the one that he liked where the quarterback was expecting him, you see him do a nice job throttling down, secures the catch, and he's able to pick up a nice gain.
There's that man again, another catch. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on first down. They'll come up now for second down and 4. They'll look to throw. Who else? Another catch for his favorite target.
I wouldn't be surprised if some point here in the future, Mike, this quarterback drops back. It looks like the same old hitch route underneath, and they give a pump fake and go. You can lull a defense to sleep with a lot of these underneath quick game passes, and once you do, you can try to go for the big one.
His 5th catch of the afternoon. Good for a first down.
Mike, I think we make so much of all these fancy routes, right? The selling, the head fakes, getting in and out of the break. And while that's really important to create separation, that's really more of a man beater. That's when teams want to just play you one-on-one and you have to beat the defender. Against zone defense like we saw here, it's a lot more simpler. Understand the concept of the play, understand where the holes in the defense are, and get there and be friendly to the quarterback. And if you're open, stay open. That's NFL route running. That's what the best guys do.
Now off the bootleg, he'll look to throw here. He's going to keep it in. He is in. Touchdown, Steelers. He is shining in this postseason spotlight. That's his 2nd touchdown of the game.
You can just see the comfort, Mike, that this offense continues to play with. The early momentum in the first half has carried here after the break, and you can see this group just slowly starting to pull away.
And I'm thinking, Greg, about the guys on the other side. You're waiting at halftime, that other offense waiting to get back on the field. What happens? They come right out, extend the lead, and now the task gets a lot tougher for this second half. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. From the 6, here comes a return. And they'll bring him down just shy of the 30-yard line. The home team's offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. And this defense has really had their way so far, intercepting him twice, forced into a number of bad throws, and generally the D has just made it tough to operate all game long. They'll come up here, 1st and 10. Back to throw here to begin the drive. Quick throw, taken in, and that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards. Here's 2nd and 3 to go. Now they'll set up to throw. He's going to let this one go for Worthy. And his offense is going to be all set up with a short field and a chance to extend their lead.
I think you chalk this one up, Mike, to just a rookie mistake. And anytime you have a young signal caller behind center, you're going to have to deal with some of these ups and downs. Every once in a while, they're just not going to see the coverage. They're going to get baited into making a bad throw. That's kind of par for the course. The key is, how fast can these rookie quarterbacks turn the page, move on, and not make the same mistake again?
Here comes the Pittsburgh offense now, heading back onto the field. As we look back at some of the highlights of this one, you'll see a lot of them, Greg, coming from the passing game. They've done a nice job picking the defense apart.
Yeah, and I think that's the right way to say it. It hasn't necessarily been just a bunch of deep shots, a bunch of explosives. It's been more methodical. It's been precise. They've really been all over their execution, and this is about as close to a complete performance as you're going to see from any offense throughout the course of this season.
What a connection. He's down inside the 5-yard line.
If you want to score points at a high level in the NFL, you have to generate explosive plays. And after that big chunk pass play, they find themselves now down there in the red zone, and this is where you have to finish drives.
From the 4-yard line, trying to punch it in. First down and goal. Right back to Wilson. He's got it again. And he's going to be down close to the goal line. Good job defensively to make sure he did not get to the end zone. They'll try to run it with Harris. This defense back up, but stepping up. No gain on the play. It stays at the 3. Third and goal. He'll look to throw. It is brought in the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. On comes Patterson for the PAT. It's up and through. And the Steelers will extend this third quarter lead.
Chiefs 17.
The kickoff team is out on the field. And we're back to it as the kick's away. Now, here comes a return from the 9. And he is stopped at the 25. The drive will begin there. So, here comes the KC offense set to take over once more. This secondary will get a lot of the credit. 3 picks so far. But, Greg, the pass rush has been relentless as well.
Yeah, I think it's super important, Mike, that we point out just how much the pass rush and then the secondary coverage works together. The more that rush gets home, the faster that ball gets out. We can play certain coverages knowing the timing of the quarterback has to be sped up. So,
the ball comes out. One of the Steelers has it. The visitors' offense and their wide receiver getting ready to get back to work. And they start in the best possible situation. It is first and goal. Here comes the blitz as he looks to throw. And he's going to be down close to the goal line. Good job defensively to make sure he did not get to the end zone.
At the Chiefs 2-yard line.
They'll try to run this one in. Powering forward. He's in. Najee Harris. Touchdown, Steelers. That is a dream scenario. The offense handed the ball first and goal. And, Greg, they take it to the end zone for 6.
they're not going to have many easier drives than that, Mike. I mean, to get the ball, not only in a short field, but in a goal-to-go situation, you don't get a lot of those chances. You have to cash them in, and that's exactly what they were able to do.
Makes the
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. This fielded at about the 9. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. And they're running back, getting ready to go back to work. They are in need of points. Out. 1st and 10. Mahomes going to keep it on a designed run. A gain of 4 as he's taken down.
They went to the design. There just wasn't a lot of space for the quarterback to operate. You can see him kind of waiting for some of the blocks to develop. Never transpired. Didn't get a whole lot going. Short game.
Pass downfield is caught by Brown. A gain there of 23 yards. Good for a Chiefs first down. Here's Mahomes. Right back to Brown. He's got it again. And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple. A run now on 2nd down. And he'll get this close to a first down. It's about 7, maybe a yard short of the first down.
Very positive returns on that run. I mean, really, the only thing not to like is that they weren't able to move the chains. But you know what? The way he ran there, I think they go right back to him and see if he has even a bigger carry in.
And he's going to pick up the first down. He knew where that marker was and made sure he got beyond it.
1st and 10 at the 33-yard line.
Throwing is Mahomes. He'll get this complete to Worthy. And they're going to be set up now as he's brought down at the 5-yard line. Now it is 1st and goal. Here's a run. He'll get maybe a yard down to the 4-yard line. Inside the 5, it is 2nd and goal.
Brings up 2nd and goal.
Mahomes back. He'll get a couple, mark him down at the 3.
Great job in coverage here. Nowhere for the quarterback to go with the ball. He decides to tuck it and turn into a runner. They get to him quickly. Picks up a couple yards, but not enough now. Brings up 3rd down.
And he's got another one. Touchdown, Chiefs. Saving his best for the playoffs. His 3rd touchdown of the game.
We were talking during the break, Mike. We felt that this was kind of a do-or-die drive. They felt like they needed to come away with the touchdown here, and Now they're showing a little life.
Yeah, a little bit of belief, don't you think? Everyone on that field knows they've been a part of a comeback before. It's a pretty big mountain, but a good way to get started here to begin this half. So now it's Butker following the touchdown to send this one away. This will be returned from the 6. And he'll be taken down right at the 29-yard line. The visitors' offense ready to come back out for this next possession. They've definitely outplayed their opponents to this point in the third quarter. They might be looking to grind out some first downs and chew up some valuable time on the clock. A pass taken in by Harris. He's close to a first down. To gain a 9. Nice pitch and catch on first down. A good spot here. 2nd and a yard. There's a short one caught by Freiermuth. And that's a first down. It will be a gain of 8. Quick throw here is complete. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards. 2nd down and 3. They'll look to throw yet again. That's caught right side. It's Freiermuth.
Defense does a nice job here initially using zone coverage to take away the middle of the field. That's the most valuable real estate in football. Quarterback gets off his first read, sees some openings to the sideline, and him and his receiver are able to connect.
From the 35, it's 1st and 10. On the give, it's Harris. The hole closes quickly. He'll pick up about 3. They face 2nd down and 7. A give, and here comes Harris. Harris, first down. He's not done. And he's going to take this all the way home. Najee Harris, touchdown Pittsburgh. He is shining in this postseason spotlight. That's his 2nd touchdown of the game. And that touchdown probably, Greg, ends any small hopes of a comeback on the other side.
Yeah, and I think those chances, Mike, were small to begin with, but with that last score, I think this one is pretty much over.
The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. From the 6, here comes a return. He'll get this past the 20 before he's brought down shy of the 25-yard line. Operating from their own 23, they'll begin 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Mahomes. That's over the middle and caught by Rice.
This is one of those throws where you're hoping you do most of the damage after the catch, but give credit to the defense. Once that ball was caught, they were on him quickly, and there was nowhere for him to go after the catch.
High throw, but it's reeled in. They'll get maybe 3 out of that one, and it's going to set up 3rd down. Now, Mahomes. Rush comes. They're setting up the screen. The screen works for 10 yards and a first down.
You know, it's really been a one-sided game, but how often do we see in the 4th quarter the team that finds themselves down by a lot, they start to come alive? I think it's a combination of trying to end the game on a positive note, but also sometimes that defense getting a little lackadaisical.
We'll come to the line now on 2nd and 2. Throwing again, it's Mahomes. Ho-ho! His 5th catch of the afternoon. Good for a first down.
no secret this day has been a rough outing all around. So at this stage of the game, really no choice but to remain aggressive and just try to find something positive on a day where there's been a lot of negative.
Fine work defensively. That's going to be knocked away. It'll go down as an incompletion. They'll try again here. 2nd and 10. To the air once more. It's Mahomes. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line. Set to go now on 1st and 10. Mahomes now to throw again. Off he goes. And he's able to gain yardage out of this one before he slides. Look him up on a 2nd down and 8.
At the 24-yard line.
Out of the gun, here's Mahomes. He'll swing one out wide to Pacheco. Well, he's brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up 3rd down.
Gain of 4 brings up 3rd and 4.
Mahomes from out of the pistol. He'll throw. Quickly to the outside and complete.
Now they're entering the area of the field, especially with the amount of yards they've gained on this possession, Mike, where it feels like a touchdown is critical. For the defense, settling for a field goal here, especially with the ball where it is, feels like a win.
At the 11-yard line.
So 2nd down, and they'll run it. And it'll be a pickup of 3. So 3rd down, forthcoming.
Brings up 3rd and 6.
Throwing from the gun. Here's Patrick. That's hauled in at the 2. And they'll stop him just short of the goal line, but they are going to have enough to convert. It's going to be 1st and goal. Up the middle they go. And he will score again. Touchdown, KC. Make it 4 touchdowns for him on the afternoon. Well, it's not going to be enough, but at least they find the end zone at the end of a hard week's work. At least a little payoff with a touchdown, Greg.
Mike, you can just chalk this one up in the column of too little, too late. Give credit to this offense for not going down without a fight, but they're not going to have enough time to find themselves back in this one.
We're down 3 scores, and it's late. They're going to need a few bounces to go their way. They'll start right here, trying to get an onside kick.
You have no choice. You find yourself down big here late in the 4th quarter, Mike. You got nothing to lose. Give it a shot. Nice job here by the hands team recovering. They're going to take over possession.
The visitors' offense ready to go as we give you a look at the current playoff race. They'll start this one with a 3 tight end look. They'll motion the tight end, Thomas. This drive begins with a run by Harris. And he'll work forward for about 3. It's 2nd down. They're going to run out of the gun, and here's Harris. And he'll be hauled down at about the 35-yard line. Now, following the run, one of the offensive linemen leading the way is a bit shaken up. Boy, some bulk in the formation on that right side here for 1st and 10. They'll motion the tight end, Thomas. Blitz coming. He'll throw it. That's caught over the middle by Thomas. That's a nice pickup on a 1st down throw. It's a gain of 8. Here's 2nd and 2. Give Give up the middle to Harris. And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line.
And this running game has really been rolling, Mike, all game long. The holes, the run lanes, they've been there consistently. Here's another nice run as they look to put this game away.
So 2 minutes left to play in the second half. Greg and I back for the conclusion in a moment. Ball down to the 16-yard line, and it's 1st and 10. They run it over center with Harris. And nothing on that one, back to the line of scrimmage, and that is it. Now after the run, we get a stoppage for an injured player. That is a worrisome development here late in the game. Motion man is the tight end going right. On the handoff, it's Harris. And the Steelers are going to have a 1st and goal coming up. They try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
Here's a case of an offense just piling on. You're really imposing your will on the defense. Everyone in the stadium knows you're going to run it. The defense knows it, you know it. And no matter what they do, they have no answers whatsoever.
He'll be wrapped up there down at the 3-yard line. The ball a little closer now. It is 2nd and goal. They're going to motion the tight end over here. Now whistles. Play clock at 0, and that'll cost them 5.
Offense. Still 2nd down.
From a little further back, here's 2nd and goal. They bring their tight end right. Here's Harris. And he churns out some of the hard yards in this area of the field, working it to the 3-yard line. They'll use 3 tight ends in the formation for 3rd and goal. So this one, a win for the visiting Steelers. They are able to do something that not easy to do. Get a win away from home in the playoffs. For their troubles, they've got a date next Sunday in the conference championship game. So that'll just about do it for Greg Olson and our entire team. I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. So long, everybody.